Oh, we've got an interesting game here this week, ladies and gentlemen. We got our Baltimore Ravens heading down to Cleveland to face off against those Browns. It has been an interesting season for both these two teams since they've last met. Back in week 4 in Baltimore, the Browns came into our house and absolutely demolished us. Nick Chubb had probably hit his best game of the season, putting up about 200 yards of total offense and 3 rushing touchdowns. He was absolutely spectacular. Baker, he had 1 touchdown pass and 1 interception. He wasn't spectacular, but he did throw for over 300 yards. He didn't do too much, make too many mistakes, and really, had a lot of good plays. Landry went off in that game also. So it was a pretty good game for the Browns. They managed to absolutely embarrass the Ravens defense. That Ravens defense looked pathetic. They looked lost. They didn't even deserve to be on the same field as those guys. That's how bad it was. It was a humiliating loss for the Ravens, and it was the highest point of the Browns season. Since then, the Browns have spiraled out of control. They've been completely inconsistent, and it just looks terrible for them. Meanwhile, Baltimore, they took that loss, found the weaknesses they had, fixed them, and they haven't lost a game since. They've won 10 straight games. They're sitting right now as the #1 seed in the AFC at a record of 12-2. Cleveland's at 6-8. Both this game here has playoff implications. The Browns can still remain alive mathematically if they manage to win this game versus the Ravens. Meanwhile, the Ravens are looking to clinch the #1 seed in the AFC and clinch home field advantage throughout the postseason. So this is a very important game for both teams. Now, obviously, if the Ravens don't win this game, they still got Week 17 against the Steelers to still do that. But still, it's a divisional game. It's a game you really want, especially for the fans. As the players, you want to get this over with because, if you can get this win, Week 17, you can probably rest a lot of your starters and get ready for the postseason. So you'll really have 2 first-round byes. But man, as a fan, my outlook on this is I'm focused on getting that #1 seed because we've got bigger fish to fry than Cleveland. You still got Kansas City, which is the biggest threat, and I'm telling you, Kansas City's probably going to meet New England in the postseason. I have full confidence they're going to beat them. They're going to be coming to Baltimore. Assuming Baltimore takes care of their business in the divisional round, they're going to be heading to Baltimore. Kansas City's coming to Baltimore for this AFC Championship game, and I cannot wait to see Lamar Jackson go up against Patrick Mahomes. I'm hoping we get an AFC Championship game for that, but that's going way too far. Let's focus on this game. Keys to this game: Ravens offense. There's not much I can tell you. Keep doing what you're doing. Stick to your game plan, okay? You love running the football, run the football. You want to throw the ball down the field with Lamar and the crew, throw the ball down the field. Since that Browns game, we've seen improvements everywhere. We were talking about Greg Roman running more of a spread offense, which he wasn't doing much earlier in the season, and when he was doing it, we saw effectiveness. A lot of us were pointing that out, but it was clear, it really looked like Greg Roman was waiting until the second half to show that, and that ended up being the case because since the Patriots game, we've been running the spread offense a lot more often, and it has been highly effective. So yeah, continue your game plan. The same game plan we've been running that has got us this 10-game winning streak. Keep at it. You got to put points on the board. Lamar, he's willing to go for it on the 4th down. The whole offense is with them. If they want to go for it on 4th down, they're going to go for it on 4th down. That's what makes this unit dangerous. So offense has got to keep doing what they're doing. They keep rolling, doing what they're doing, execute, making plays, scoring points. Keep doing what you're doing. That's all the offense got to do. Defense, you got to make up for what happened in Baltimore. Now, granted, this is entirely new defense because you got 6 or 7 new starters that did not play in that Browns game. Some of them came off of injuries. Some of them we picked up. Marcus Peters, LJ Fort, Josh Bynes, Pecco, all these other guys. You got it. We got a lot of guys we picked up for that defense that are starters, and completely different look compared to that Browns game. Also getting Jimmy Smith back. It's a bunch of stuff. But yeah, defense, focus, stop the run. You need to find a way to contain Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is a beast, and when he came to Baltimore, he ran all over you guys. So you got to make sure you make that stop. You want Cleveland to pass the ball. You want to force Baker to throw the football. And it's not like Baker's inaccurate or Baker can't throw the football. It's just that when the Browns don't have a run game and they force Baker to have to throw the ball 40-45 times, that's too much for him to do. At this point in time, with the way their offense works, and for some reason Freddie Kitchens can't seem to scheme for Baker and his offense, despite the fact that they've had some effective, I'm not even going to try and fix that situation. I'm not a Browns fan. Browns know exactly what coaching mistakes Freddie Kitchens is making. I'm not about to point them out right here. Although one thing I would say is that you want to have at least one receiver on the right side of Baker because he's always going to roll to his right. But look, force Baker to throw the ball, shut down the run. If the Browns do not have a run game, they can't do anything. Their offense, which I don't know why they haven't been doing it this season, should be focused around Nick Chubb. If they run the football effectively, they will be effective on the play-action passing game, which they don't really do much, but they keep running Baker from like the shotgun with the play-action passing, which, again, he's not effective with that. When they run a hard play-action under center, Baker was destroying teams last year with this. What are they? Let me stop. I'm really trying to help Browns fans out here. I don't know what Freddie Kitchens is doing, but yeah. Defense, stop the run. That's what you got to focus on. Stop the run. Make Baker throw. You also got to watch out for Landry because Landry, him and Baker got that connection. And last time, Landry also went off in Baltimore. I'm not worried about Odell as well, which is weird to say because, that is Odell. But last time, he went up against Humphrey. Humphrey shut Odell down, so I'm assuming it's going to be that type of game. Plus, Jimmy Smith's back, and there's going to be times where he's matched up with Jimmy Smith, and Jimmy Smith has been really effective against Odell. So I'm not worried about Odell going off for a huge game. You got to worry about Landry in the passing game. So really, you got to worry about Chubb, and you got to worry about Landry. Other than that, it shouldn't be that much of a problem for Baltimore to win. They know what they got to do. They know what's on the line. They're trying to get secure first place in the AFC. New England still got an opportunity to do so. Kansas City still has an opportunity to do so. So if Baltimore just locks up Week 16, they get the number 1 seed. They clinch home field advantage throughout the postseason. And then in Week 17, you can rest Lamar and the starters. Have RG3 come in against the Steelers, and we ain't got to really worry about that. We'll be prepared for the postseason. So to recap, offense, keep doing what you're doing. Keep rolling. You got this great chemistry going on right now. Lamar is playing at the highest level. He's balling out. The team's playing at the highest level. They're balling out. That's why you got 12 Pro Bowlers in the Pro Bowl, which none of them are going to be in the Pro Bowl because they're going to be in another bowl. But we'll wait, and hopefully that ends up being the case. But yeah, 12 Pro Bowlers. That is insane. 12 Pro Bowl players on one team. That ties the record all time for most Pro Bowl players on a single team. That's just insane. This has been a crazy year for the Ravens. But yeah, offense, keep rolling, do what you do, execute, move the ball down the field. If you got to go for it on fourth down, go for it on fourth down. We have complete faith in you. And most importantly, put points on the board. Defense, stop Nick Chubb, contain him, stop the run, shut down Landry as much as you can, and you're going to win this game. No problem. I see the Ravens probably winning this game 30-16, something around there. They're going to take care of business in Cleveland. They're going to clinch that number 1 seed, and they're going to make a lot of Cleveland fans feel very pissed off and frustrated because of all people to end their season, Baltimore's going to do it. Man, they hate Ravens fans. They really do hate Ravens fans this season, and it's been quite the trash talk. They really started it from training camp, but we're not going to talk about that, I guess. But yeah. You know what you got to do, Baltimore? Head to Cleveland, take care of business. If you're able to do that, you're going to get that number 1 seed. And now, you just got to prepare for that divisional round game. You can rest your starters in Week 17. You're going to get 2 weeks off. Don't take too much of a break because you still got to have that same focus. Like you guys have on your shirts. The North is not enough. We only got 1 banner. Like Lamar says, we still got to get 2 more. So, let's not waste any time. Let's not try to wait till Week 17 to do this. Take care of business against Cleveland this week. Win the game. Get the first seed in the AFC and just relax Week 17 and get yourself mentally prepared for the couple weeks down the road in the postseason. Get yourself ready for that mindset in January because we trying to go to the Super Bowl and y'all gotta be ready because possibly New England if they get it together, and most importantly, Kansas City. That's the biggest threat. Of course, you can't overlook the Bills because they may come back. They may come to Baltimore. The Bills may come to Baltimore. The Texans may come to Baltimore. And heck, if Pittsburgh finds a way to upset Kansas City, they may come to Baltimore. It's going to be an interesting postseason, but right now, let's focus on beating Cleveland. Get the job done, execute, win the game, secure the number 1 seed, and we'll be looking forward to the postseason. That's all I got for this. And go Ravens! We're going to beat those Browns on Sunday.